Welcome to week 11. We're going to go over what we covered last week, week 10. This is access control and how it affects the enterprise system. Not Starship, but enterprises and corporation. We looked at the different ACLs that are out there, access control list, access control entries. We looked at the different common environments that are there. We looked at factors. We looked at the two layers of the OSI model, layers 2 and 3, and how that affects with it. And we looked at single sign-on control. This allowed us all to have access to the information that we needed. We looked at how we set up permissions, whether you can give permissions at the directory or the file rights. This way people can have either information to log in, or information just to run an application. The different applications were there for us. So it allowed us to have that information. We looked at the mandatory access control, role-based access control, and the difference between it. We looked at how we can get on the information, authentication, whether we're going to use something such as a login and password, something you have, whether it's a token or smart card, or whether it's biometrics. These are the different things that we had allowed on it. We looked at how the different attacks work, some of the weaknesses with the implementation. We looked at the MAC address. As we said, the MAC address is established to have the user ID on it. The manufacturer and a serial number. It is unique in the world. If you have multiple NIC cards in your computer, you have multiple MAC addresses. This is how it finds its way back to you. We also looked at the 802.11 standard for LANs. How do they work together? And the security levels that are on there. We reviewed that. We reviewed single sign-on. Why is it so important to have it? Well, one of the most important things is it controls the passwords that we want to make sure when they get changed, what's the length of them, what has to be in them, and it also makes it easier for the users. This week we took our what did we do this week? We had our discussion question, which was, what was your discussion question? Or the question was, what is the authentication factors? Your initial response was due by Thursday. You had your weekly journal, and you had test 2, which was from 6 through 10. There was no paper because I gave you the test. So we only have a few more weeks left. That's what we had. Also, don't forget, if you want to reach out to me, you have the student questions link at the bottom of each week. You also had a question, what made you smile? You can always fill that in a week, what made you smile. You can always email me. I check my emails daily, so if I don't answer your question, please email me. I do check my emails daily, and I will respond back. So hopefully you're having a good week. Remember, what made you smile this week? We'll talk soon.